I'm Silvia Orozco Vaca, and I was born in New York and live here in Miami.
My name is Adolfo and I'm from Los Angeles, California.
We heard about conceptions through a friend who knew a doctor who knew Dr. H, and immediately sent us over to Dr. H. Oh, incredible. Phenomenal.
Fantastic.
There's nothing negative I could possibly say. It was very warm and
welcoming,
family oriented. The office, well, we started from the very beginning when he was in his small office off of Coral Way that was like itty bitty tiny, and
we saw them transition to
we saw the transition, we saw the growth, we saw this new office in Merritt Park being built, we saw the transition.
We saw their purified air system to be installed to increase the embryo capacity.
Yes, our first round, because we did 2 rounds, was not when he was here, and it wasn't a successful transfer, but when they moved here with the air, it was completely different experience, different results.
Yeah. The staff was professional and courteous.
The staff was also very welcoming. It was very family oriented. Like with them, the family was very, how do I put it? They were invested. They were invested in our story. They were invested in our success. They were invested in what happened to us. And they actually honestly celebrated when they made the phone call to tell me that I was pregnant.
What brought us to conception was my idea that I had told Silvia that I wanted her to have children. Even though I knew that she had stated to me that she could not have children, I brought her to Dr. Hernandez Ray, and he examined her and he told her she can absolutely carry, and then he guided us in a process step by step of how it could be achieved, and that's what we did.
Well, I had known since I was very young that I had premature ovarian failure, and the only way for me to conceive would have been through in vitro fertilization and through donor eggs. So what we didn't know was that he also had an issue.
I had a varicocele. I superheated the sperm with my veins and it fragmented the sperm, and I did not know this. So that was the primary reason it did not work the first time. So I had to do surgery in order to rectify it. And then the sperm quality went up significantly, almost a 6-fold within 3 months. Thus, when we did the second time, it was a high quality fertilization.
So we were both infertile. And I knew I was, we didn't know about him.
But I didn't know I wasn't. And all my life, I did not know this. But once we established that I too had issues, we immediately had surgery, we rectified it, and then we were good to go.
We did in vitro fertilization with a donor egg. So it was someone else's egg with his sperm that was fertilized.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
There's a story behind everything.
And the way I paid for the procedure was I initially just emptied out my 401k. I used out my savings, cash, and a lot of credit cards. But we had determined that what we wanted to do was either spend the money now and have some debt by the time we were 50 but have kids, or have no debts but no kids. So it was a logical conclusion, but we basically cleaned out all of our savings. We believed that we were going to do it. We believed in Dr. H. This is an end result.
100%.
Yes.
100%, except now it's a little bit more complicated. We have more embryos, but I physically am not able to do it again because the pregnancy almost killed me the first time around. So,
it was a difficult pregnancy.
It was a difficult pregnancy.
We were able to weather the storms of the health situation, but she was able to deliver by we wanted to, but given the health and our ages, we concluded that we weren't. If it would have been 10 years ago, absolutely we would have more children.
We are considering surrogacy though. Maybe soon, maybe.
Okay. We would come back to concessions, absolutely.
We've actually sent a lot of our friends and acquaintances and anybody that I end up talking to that we end up talking about infertility, I tell them, they're like, well, you know, people who know our story, that know I was infertile, and meet them and see them, and they're like, oh, we're twins. We tell them, hands down, Conceptions, Florida, Dr. Armando Hernandez Ruiz.
Absolutely.
It was unequivocally worth every injection, every shot, every tear,
every frustration,
every ultrasound, every test, everything.
Yes.
It was 1,000,000%.
We would do it all
worth it
over
for
again.
these two. Right, puppy? Besito.
What about me?
What about you? We'll make you